Saturday night footy on 3AW, and we are away, and up goes Boyd. He gets the first palm down. Zorko had it momentarily, then McRae back to Boyd. His kick though was blanketed well by Daniel Rich, with a ball deflects out to Johannesson. He's got McLean on the outside, and now the Bont and Pelly back to McRae. He takes his second possession, and now he kicks inside 50. It's not a bad kick, but a good spoil coming from
crowd in a moment. Might just be having an issue with our effects mic for the time being. Picked up by Caleb Daniels, sends the Bulldogs into attack. There we go. And the mark is taken inside, attacking 50 by Josh Dunkley for the Dunkley. 1 goal last week against the Gold Coast Suns. This for his side's first of the night. He gets the score, just not the one desired. One behind the Western Bulldogs.
McStay couldn't grab it. And it comes down, quick kick that time by Lewis Young, back inside the 50 for the Western Bulldogs. Bouncing footy, Bailey Dale is able to take it, then chips it to Caleb Daniel, who accepts it on the chest, and he will go back. He'll kick from 45, as Shane said. Western Bulldogs kicking to the locket end, the left of screen is used to watching Etihad on the telly, as Caleb Daniel lands the first goal for the Western Bulldogs. And they're 1-1-7, the Doggies. The Lions are yet to score on them. It's inside the 50 for Brisbane, but Caleb Daniel able to shark it, and great kick for Ed Richards, who takes it and darts away. He takes a bounce, he kicks it inside the 50 and getting there, Bontempelli almost. He gathers it in, Bontempelli, and kicks a goal. He was running at speed and still was able to hook it round his shoulder for a cracking goal for the Doggies, their second.
Clarkson is in the stands tonight watching the game. Of course, Hawthorn play Brisbane next week.
He'll be listening to 3AW as well. He loves the program, loves the coverage. Good evening, Alistair. And he'll be watching Luke Hodge in that situation. He was the quarterback, the anchor.
Touch, so playing with a call. Bailey Dale gives the handball to Hunter, a worm burner into Caleb Daniel, back to Dale, who's running. He's got those legs pumping, and he pulls the trigger at goal and misses to the left-hand side.
Down the Docklands wing, waiting for it is Gardner, knocked it to his own advantage, feeds the handball up to Rich, his kick smothered off the boot, great work from Mitch Wallace, retrieves his own ball, kick to the top of the goal square, the Bont again. Marcus Bontempelli gets his second goal of the night.
Actually, I think he's going to be okay, but he's certainly in some sort of pain.
You cannot buy pressure like that from Mitch Wallace. Brilliant stuff to get that smother on, then be clever enough and astute enough to get that ball again to the advantage side of Marcus Bontempelli over the back of the pack.
McDonald's from the boundary throw in. McInerney won it down to Cutler, gave it to Zorko, kick smothered off the boot, ricochets up for McRae, right forward pocket, beautiful mark taken by Billy Gowers.
Just kick it, Billy.
Just a little leap in the air. He did look, didn't he, half? Just plays out there for the Bulldogs tonight. Now it's a bit of push and shove at centre half back, and there's a 50-metre penalty for the Western Bulldogs. So a push and shove, centre half forward for the Bulldogs. Mitch Robinson at the bottom of it.
Unsurprisingly.
The goal to Gowers. He was only 13 metres out to begin with, taken to the top of the square. So a certain goal, but the push and shove continues to go on.
On a steamroll his way through. Charlie Cameron knocked it down to McCluggage to Beams, who was caught in the tackle. Good tackle by Dunkley. And they're humming at the moment, the Western Bulldogs. A kick up inside the 50. No mark. Mitch Robinson on his backside got the handball up and straight to the Bont to McLean, and McLean's going to roll through. A point because it hit the stick.
Kick it straight.
I think that's Aaron Norton.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Down to Tom Morris.
Yeah, he's limping across the goal face now. It's going to be a long time before he gets to the bench. He might just even go straight down in the room. I'll have a look, but he certainly looks to be in a bad way.
Right ankle, I reckon.
Tom, the umpire's called play on, so not a lot of sympathy there for Aaron Norton.
This is a bit dangerous here.
For the Bulldogs was Gowers. Wasn't able to control it. Ball against the boundary line.
Good game.
Yeah.
That's quarter time. Skills have been at a premium at times, but the Western Bulldogs, after a strong start, getting out to a 20-point lead, have conceded the last 3 goals of the term. Kicks across the centre of Etihad Stadium. Mark taken by Lucas Webb, back in the side this week. Puts it out in front of Hunter. Controlled it from 51 out. Delivers to the top of the goal square, and Billy Gowers is able to take the mark. Need this. Brisbane Lions have kicked the last 3 goals of the match, and they've still kicked the last 3 goals of the match. That's an ordinary kick from Billy Gowers. 4-4-28. The congestion that frustrates. We're seeing it right here, right now. McRae tackled in the back, said the umpire.
That's a drop at the knees job, that.
Yeah, I would have thought there wasn't much in that, and Dane Beams just shakes his head. McRae
Beautiful.
To the hot spot. Boyd
Yes.
running into it. Takes it on his chest with ease. And now goals 3 for the season to Tom Boyd. And he kicks this one. First goal of the term comes at the 13-minute mark.
To McRae, and he'll end up on the end of it here, Shorey.
Beware.
And he's going to put it inside the 50. Thanks, Mr. Robot. Here's Lipinski at ground level. He can't gather cleanly. Billy Gowers is there as well. There's been a whistle. Free. It's going to go to the Dogs. And it's going to go to the Lipinski file. He's going to take it 30 metres. What?
Just straight to the file.
30 metres out, directly in front. And he steered it through. So the Dogs are the couple on the trot. Tyre Power scoreboard. 28-year-old key defender, as we said earlier, former winner of the Recruit television program. Honeychurch crawling after it, got the handball to McRae. Taken high, the umpire should have lifted the arm though and called play on. Dunkley inside the 50. Oh, great pickup by Gowers, who kicks the goal, all in one motion. Outstanding work. Got it at his bootstrap, snap and goal.
He pulled it and turned. He had to go for that ball to spoil and was worried about the contact from behind him. And I think a few of his teammates after it just went up and said, hey, mate, just a bit harder than that because you've just cost us a goal.
Treading water in a bit of strike.
Oh, boy.
Got himself into a real pickle. Got to kick away under pressure. Nick Robinson couldn't pick it up cleanly. Lipinski got the handball to Wallace. And now Dalhouse, top of the goal square. No mark to Bailey Dale to get the free. Luke Hodge giving it away in the marking contest. And Bailey Dale will have the shot from point blank range. Like as well because the ball wasn't given back cleanly. So Dale kicks the goal.
Bulldogs look away, handball from Robertson. Gave it to Zorko. Zorko clearing kick. It was touched off the boot. Coming away with it though, Cordy. High ball inside 50. Eagles underneath it. Back of the pack though. Mitch Wallace. Does he handball? Does he kick? He does the latter and he gets the goal. Mitch Wallace with his first of the night. And in an instant, the Bulldogs back out to a 3-goal lead.
It's just a dominant force and it has to be shut down.
We've been saying it for 20 minutes.
No one seems to be listening, sorry.
No.
Is this thing on?
Matty Suckling takes it. He's inside the centre square. We know he can hook a footy. Oh, he's got Johannesson flying past, who takes it, pulls the trigger from the 50, and Bontempelli has taken the mark in the forward pocket for the Doggies. So it'll be almost the last kick of the half. Marcus Bontempelli with the outside of the boot, he's missed. It's through for a minor score, so we'll have the kick in.
A little bit. You know, sometimes you get a lot of possessions, don't have an influence, but this bloke's really dominating at the moment. They have to look at this at half-time, the Brisbane Lions.
Witherden with the last kick of the half. Half-time on a Saturday night here at Etihad Stadium, and it's the Western Bulldogs who lead by 18 points.
And to Mitch Robinson.
Good hit.
Off the step he goes, looking for McCluggage. And that should be 50.
Now, don't be stupid. Don't give the ball up. Brisbane Lions players should get out of this.
Lewis Young just getting there late.
He kicked it.
He did kick it, McCluggage. There was a bit of push and shove where the mark was taken. McCluggage runs in and kicks it for the Brisbane Lions.
The ball back to Robinson was pretty clever in the end. And then the beautiful kick across goal to the space. All the defenders from the Bulldogs had pushed to.
Ball thrown in, deep into attack. The Western Bulldogs. Wallace, little handball out. Bontempelli to Dalhouse, to Ed Richards, to Webb, back to Ed Richards on the left, brings it back, not enough. Minus score to the Doggies.
It long, McInerney will go for it. Up there was Stephen Martin as well. Emerging with it is the Bonts. And he kicks it to McLean, who takes the mark 40 out, just left of centre. McLean, the career high 33 disposals last week against the Suns. He's lining up for goal from 40 metres out, and this one has got there. Just. Goal to Toby McLean. And the margin 17 points into the corridor. Bailey confronted by Edwards, tackled, lost it, taken by Caleb Daniel. He kicks it to Bailey Dale, top of the 50, got a man on, and that's Mitch Wallace, and he puts the stop sign up. And we'll go back and line him up. Mitch Wallace comes in. He's going to kick from about 40 metres out and missed to the right-hand side.
Easy shots missed tonight from both teams.
Footy tonight. Short little pass. Goes about 18 metres to McLean. Steps around Lewis Taylor. Lobs it high inside 50. Lipinski the mark. Just behind Alan Christensen. Patrick Lipinski.
Oh, now you've done it.
Comes in. Drop punt on its way. Perfect. 8 straight. Bulldogs by 23 points. Thanks to McDonald.
I don't know, but I think I'm wishing that this game's going to stay close and tight. And it's only 23 points, but I've just thought the Western Bulldogs have dominated the last 10 to 12 minutes.
Where Daniel Rich uses that trusty left boot. Dangerous kick. Wanted Luke Hodge. Great work to intercept from Lockie Hunter. Punches it toward the boundary line. That's where it ends up. And that's terrific play from the little man.
Suckling, McRae, Bailey Williams, and now a little short pass to Johannesson. He's outside the 50, caresses it to Bailey Dale, who takes the mark 49 metres out, starting out there on the city side. On its way, Bailey Dale looks okay initially and then fades to the right-hand side and kick out. Dennis Andrews was up and landed very awkwardly as well. That's some issues here for Brisbane. McLean gets it from Dalhouse to Wallace. McLean kept on running, kept on powering on, and then he kicks it up inside the 50, and Bontempelli takes the mark. Opposed to Matt Eagles, but Bontempelli far superior in the marking contest.
One-on-one with him, I imagine, would be one of the most daunting experiences inside forward 50 in the game.
Really tough. The Bont moves in. He's directly in front, and he slams home a goal on the three-quarter time siren. 3 goals to Marcus Bontempelli. And at three-quarter time, the Western Bulldogs go to 12-8-80.
Bounces up nicely for Charlie Cameron.
And he just pulls it in looking for Rayner. He couldn't take it. Beams was there to Mitch Robinson. Beams wasn't ready for it. And Mitch Wallace takes it to Boyd, to Bailey Dale, who lines him up and misses.
Yeah.
That was an absolute gimme.
Came to Bailey Dale, to Johannesson, to Hunter, edge of the centre square, on the lead. McLean not able to mark. Oh, fortuitously it spilled down to his own advantage. Gave a little handball off McLean to Suckling, shot at goal, misses.
Oh, geez, they want to capitalise here.
Yeah, they're coming, aren't they?
At Eagles, marks, kicks towards centre half forward, went over the head of Rich. Bulldogs able to take possession. Lipinski kicks to centre wing. They steady the Bulldogs. Here's Billy Gowers. Kicks on the right boot. Inside 50. Eagles is there. Lost his opponent. Dunkley, uncontested. Picks up, kicks, goals. Too easy for the Western Bulldogs. Josh Dunkley.
No, look, he turned the ball over. I love the way he goes about it, but I don't think he's good enough for this level. I'm serious. His kicking disposal skills are horrid. He's kicked the ball out to the wing. You wouldn't believe it. Goes back, one on.
Comes to Louis Taylor doing the roving work. Now McCluggage. What can he do here? And Richards runs him down. He's gone, and Richards ends up with a pill for the Western Bulldogs deep in defence, with the margin sitting at 20. And careful not to give away the free kick. Nick Robinson with the football now for Brisbane. He kicks to the corridor for Louis Taylor. Got it just backward of the circles.
Bulldogs lead by 7 points. Oh, Louis Taylor handballed it straight to Bailey Dale. Kick inside 50. Mark taken. Certain goal coming up. Running into goal. Marcus Bontempelli. Deary me.
The coach will be sitting up there saying, you can't control that as a coach. No. It's just a bad decision. If it gets over the top, they're going. I think he had to do it, but he just didn't execute the skill good enough. That really hurts when you've worked your way back into the game. Still not over, though. They must have confidence in what they've done.
To McInerney, to Cutler. He's confronted. Big Lewis Young with a bear hug tackle, and he might be rewarded too with a free. He is.
The Brisbane Lions, McLean fumbled. Spilled down, Bailey Dale, handball, they go backwards, Dalhouse, McRae, 41 possessions now. Just a short little pass.
Suckling.
Onto the chest of Suckling.
I think he's straightened up in recent times.
Another goal to the Bulldogs, just about puts it beyond doubt.
Here he is.
Gets onto it on the left. Gets a booming kick. Matt Suckling. Awesome goal. Pancake pile of goal of the evening. You would think the Dogs are home.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to see him come back from here. It is a massive weapon, isn't it, Matt Suckling?
Got the handball away, though. Charlie Cameron not ready for it initially, so gets back into traffic and caught.
That's fine.
And not gone.
Oh, gee.
I thought that
What do you have to do?
he was cooked. He had his prior. And that the umpire will come in and call it up.
That's holding the footy every day of the week.
Every day of the week.
He likes his game, gives it off to Mitch Wallace, to Honeychurch, to Dunkley. Tight angle, comes back, lands on the goal line, rushes through.
Your club.
14 points to the lead. Martin wins it forward, but Sharkey and Honeychurch did well to Caleb Daniel. Handball. Bontempelli again delivers inside 50. McLean back of the pack, knocked it to his own advantage, gets past Harris Andrews and adds another one for the Bulldogs. He's got two, Toby McLean, and it's a certainty now.
Considering the start that they had and the way they were playing more than that, the 4-4 is a very good effort to get back to that scoreline, I reckon, at this stage of the season.
As Mitch Wallace, for what will be the last kick of the match, has a shot, lands nowhere near, but it doesn't matter because the Western Bulldogs have their 4th win of the year. They win tonight by 14 points. Sons of the